This looks impossible, but it is very possible. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have an amazing and interesting math to solve. So we are asked to find the area of the shaded portion. So how do we go about this? First of all, I want you to notice that area of this shaded portion can be found if we have area of the rectangle. Let's call this A. Let's call this B. Let's call here C and here D. Okay, it's going to be area of ABCD, ABCD minus area of the big circle, so area of the bigger circle, all right, minus area of the smaller circle. Okay, now it is quite easy to get the area of ABCD but an area of the big circle. But can we get the area of this small circle, because the radius is not even given? So that is where the work is. So first of all, let's find the area of the rectangle. Now, area of a rectangle is equal to length times breadth. Okay, length times breadth. Now the length is what? The length is 12, but the breadth, what is the breadth? We know that from here to here is the radius of this circle. So also, if I should drop this across, now this should be 4, the radius, and this should be 4 as well. Now AB will be equal to 4 plus 4, which is equal to 8 meters. So we can write here to be 8 meters. Okay, so it's now easy for us to find the area of the rectangle. Now area of the rectangle will be equal to the length, which is 12, multiplied by the breadth, which is 8. So this same thing as 80, that is 8 times 10, which is 80, plus 8 times 2, which is 16. So this will give us 96 meters squared. That is the area of the rectangle. So let me write it somewhere, because I need a lot of space to work with. So area of the rectangle is 96 meter squared. Okay. Now, area of the big circle, all right? So area of the big circle, will be equal to, area of a circle is pi r squared, So we have pi multiplied by the radius is what? So it's going to be equal to pi brackets. Now the radius is 4, okay, squared. So this will give us 16 pi. So this is the area of the big circle, 16 pi. So let's write that down. So area of the big circle is equal to 16 pi meter squared. Now, the main issue here is to get the area of this smaller circle. How do we go about it? That is where the whole work is, okay? Now, to do this, all we need to do is, first of all, let's take this to be the center of the circle. Please notice that this is not drawn to scale at all. So if this is the center of the circle, and this is the center of the bigger circle, remember that when you join the center of this circle to the center of the smaller circle, you actually pass through their point of what? Their point of contact. Okay, it is a theorem. The straight line must pass through their point of contact. So let me see like this so I can draw that. Let me join the two centers. Okay, Now, having done that, all right, then let us drop a perpendicular from here, and let's draw another parallel line to this point. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So now we have the space here. We have here and we have here. Okay. Now looking at this, we know that from here to here is 4. All right. From here to here is R, and from here to here is R. So this place is R. Now from here to here is 4. So from here to here should be 4 as well, right? Yeah, look at it. From here to here is 4. So it means that A to this point. Now let's call this place EF. So this is point E and this is point F. So AE is also equal to 4 meters because it is equal to what? The radius of the circle. So here is 4. And FD is equal to R, the radius of this circle, because from here to here is also R. All right, note that AD should be equal to BC, which is equal to 12 meters. Okay? Yes. Remember that this is a rectangle, so the opposite sides are equal. Therefore, if I want to get EF, okay, it's going to be, now AD, EF will be equal to AD minus AE minus FD, right? So it means that EF is equal to, now our AD is what? AD is equal to 12. So we have 12 minus AE is equal to 4. 4 minus FD is equal to R. So that way we have that EF is equal to 12 minus 4 is 8. So we have 8 minus R. So this place is 8 minus R. All right. Now from here to here is also R, right? So you can say from here to here is R as well. Then from here to here is, oh, no, it cannot be R, sorry, because they are not equal. Okay, so this place cannot be R, but from here to here can be R. Yes, so this portion is equal to R. All right, permit me to clean this shading so that we'll make this to look a lot neater. Okay, so that we can see exactly what we are doing very well. Okay, now look at what we have. From here, you can see that from this point to this point, let's call that XY. So let's call this point X and let's call this point Y. So XY is equal to EF, which is equal to 8. Okay, 8 minus R. All right, now from here to here represents the radius of this big circle. So from here to here should be 4, and from here to here is the radius of the smaller circle. So that means that this point, if we call this point 0, it means that 0 to Y is equal to 4 plus R. Now let us find what we have here. Okay, let's find from X to 0. Now note that AB should be equal to E, let's call this Z, EZ. Okay, so to get from X to 0, it's going to be 8 minus this 4 minus this R. Remember that from here to here is R. So X0 is equal to 8 minus 4 minus R, which is what? 4. 4 minus r. Now let us draw this right angle out, because this is actually a right angle. So if we draw it out, we are going to have something like this. We have x and y, right? This is x, y, which is 8 minus r. And this is x0, x0, and x0 is what? That is what we got as 4 minus r. So here is 4 minus r. Then this side is 4 plus r. So we have 4 plus r. All right. Now using the Pythagorean theorem, using Pythagorean theorem, we'll have that oy squared should be equal to ox squared plus xy squared. Now oy squared is 4 plus r squared. So we have 4 plus r squared should be equal to 4 minus r squared plus xy squared, 8 minus r squared. Now let's solve further. Moving forward, we have, remember that a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. And a minus b squared will be a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. So going forward, we have, this will be 4 squared, which is 16, plus 2 times 4 times r, which is 8r, plus r squared, is equal to, so this will be the same except that this place will be negative. So we are going to have 16 minus 8r plus r squared, plus, now this will be 8 squared, which is 64, minus 2 times 8 times r, which is 16r, plus r squared. All right, let's see if we have something to cancel out here. Okay, we have plus r squared here and plus r squared here, so definitely we'll be removing that. Now we have 16 here and 16 here, so definitely they are going as well. So what we have left is, we have 8r is equal to minus 8r, okay, plus 64 minus 16r plus r squared. So if we transfer this to the other side, we have 0 is equal to, this will be minus 8r minus 8r, right, which will be minus 16r, plus 64 minus 16r2 plus r squared. So moving forward, permit me to clean everything and concentrate on this equation that we are forming. Have you subscribed to the channel? Also, don't forget to turn on your notification bell if this is the first time you are seeing us. Okay, give us a thumbs up if you love what we are doing. So let me write this from here. So we have minus 16r plus 64 minus 16r plus r squared is equal to 0. Now minus 16r minus 16r will give us minus 32r. I just want to be sure my mic is still on. So minus 32r plus 64 plus r squared equals 0. Now you can see that this is a quadratic equation. So let's arrange it very well. So we have r squared minus 32r plus 64 is equal to 0. Now solving this using the quadratic equation formula. Now, first of all, let us get the, okay, all right. So this is equal to b squared minus 4ac, all right? So the discriminant is b squared minus 4ac, and here our a is the coefficient of r squared, which is 1. Our b is the coefficient of r, which is minus 32. And our c is what? This constant, which is 64. So the discriminant then should be equal to minus 32 squared minus 4 multiplied by a multiplied by 64. Okay, so we have this to be equal to, now this is same thing as 32 squared, right? So we can write this as 32 multiplied by 32 minus 4 multiplied by 64 is same thing as 32 multiplied by 2. So moving forward, we are going to have let me write this somewhere. Minus 16 minus 32r plus 64 plus r squared is equal to 0. Okay, so I can now clean everything so that we solve further. Okay, so the discriminant then should be equal to, let's factorize 32 from here. This is 32 multiplied by 32, and this is 4 multiplied by 32. Okay, so let's factorize 32 from here. If we bring out 32, we have, when this is divided by this, we still have 32 remaining, minus when this is divided by 32, we have 8 remaining. So divided by 2, we forgot that, divided by 2, that is the discriminant, right? No, sorry, without the division. All right, now we have this is equal to 32 multiplied by this will give us 24, right? So if we solve this, we have 32 times 24. Now 2 times 4 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6. So we have 8, 6, 7. So we have 768. So we have 768. So that is our discriminant. All right. Therefore, the r we are looking for should be equal to minus b plus or minus square root of the discriminant divided by 2 times a, which is 2. Therefore, the first r will be minus b plus, or sorry, minus 32. Remember that this is what we have as our equation. Minus 32r plus 64 plus r squared equals 0. So you notice that our b is already negative 32. So negative negative will give us positive. So this becomes plus 32. Then plus square root of 768 divided by 2. So I think it's better if we factorize, or if we simplify square root of 768. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. If I have 768, I will first divide by 2 to get 384. Divide by 2 again to get 192. Divide by 2 to get 96, right? Divide by 2 to get 48. Divide by 2 to get 24. Divide by 2 to get 12. Divide by 2 to get 6. Divide by 2 to get 3. Divide by 3 to get 1. So to factorize this, or to simplify this, I will pair, because this is square root, I will pair, pick one from each pair and put outside the square root sign. So I'll pick 1 2 outside, pick another 2, pick another 2, pick another 2. So it means that what will be outside my bracket, outside my root sign will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 16. So I have 16 root 3 as the simpler version of this. So I have 32 plus 16 root 3 divided by 2. All right. So we solve further. We are going to have our first value of r to be equal to 32 divided by 2, which is 16, plus 16 divided by 2, which is 8 root 3. Now the second value of r will be equal to 32 minus this divided by 2. So we are going to have negative instead of positive. So we have 16 minus 8 root 3. But we cannot have two values for our radius, right? It's not possible to have two values of two radius or two radii. So what we are going to do is simple. We check. If you should solve this, you are going to get an approximate value of 30. If you should solve this, you are going to get an approximate value of 2. So definitely our radius cannot be 30. Check it. From here to here is 12 meters. So how is it possible that the radius of this small circle is 30? So definitely the radius of the small circle is 16 minus 8 root 3. All right. Having seen, or since we have gotten the value of our radius for the smaller circle, oh, I've forgotten. Well, I think I remember. Now, the area of the shaded portion will be area of the rectangle minus area of the bigger circle minus area of the smaller circle. So area of the rectangle gave us 96 meters squared. I still remember. This gave us 16 pi, right? This gave us 16 pi minus this one. This gave us 16 minus 8 root 3. 16 minus 8 root 3. All right, that is it. Sorry, area of this is pi r squared, right? So it's going to be pi bracket 16 minus 8 root 3 squared. So if we solve, we have 96 minus 16 pi, then minus pi times this will give us, okay, let's expand this first. So let's continue. So we have minus pi bracket. To expand this, we have 16 squared, which is 256, minus 2 times this, root 3 will still give us 256 root 3. Then plus 8 root 3 squared, that is 8 squared will give us 64, times root 3 squared is 3. 3 times 4 is 12, carry 1. 3 times 6 is 18 plus 1, 19. So we have 192. All right. So we have 96 minus 16 pi minus pi bracket. Now 256 plus 192. 2 plus 6 is 8. 9 plus 5 is 14. Carry 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. So we have 448 minus 256 root 3. So we have 96 minus 16 pi minus 448 pi. Minus minus is plus, plus 256 root 3 pi. Okay. So solving further, we have 96. Then minus minus will still give us minus. So we have 6 plus 8. That is 14. Right? 4 carry 1. 1 plus 4 is 5 plus 1, 6. Then you bring down 4. So minus 464 pi plus 256 root 3 pi. And this is the final answer in square meters. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.